But you'll notice when you're doing this, as you're brightening the face, the first light is maybe large. The second light is more reduced. The third light is even more reduced. And the final is just a few lines. Okay, so second light. Let's put our brights back on. Right there. There. Everywhere you put this, the surface comes toward you. Oh, could somebody get the medium, please? The medium? The Golden's medium?
It's Anne-Marie's table.
I put just a right there. Yeah. And you can dry that or wait for it to dry. And you're going to mix up a transparent version of the same thing, just with a little medium and some pigment. It doesn't have to be too terribly transparent, but you don't want it full strength. You might struggle too much if you do. Okay. We dry it off. Because you add all that medium, you can add plenty of water, you know. You can keep adding water to keep it wet. It's like the light is, it's moving away from these bright spots. And as it moves, it sort of tapers out. The reason we have layers is each color that you put, when you layer it, the color underneath affects the colors that you put on top. So toward the edges of the space, it may have this color, but the red will be reflected, the reddish will come through, and you'll see it'll be nice. See how there's still a line? Mm-hmm. When I'm done this process, there won't be a line. There'll be a soft transition. And if your brush isn't overloaded, you won't have to wait too long to paint. You know, you can't paint over wet paint, but if your brush isn't overloaded, chances are, if you're not making puddles, it dries pretty quick. Always paint over that spark. Start your brush stroke there. Start your brush on the brush stroke because it's fully loaded. It naturally unloads as you do more strokes, so by the time you get down to here, it's almost, and that helps, that serves you. I wouldn't start down here. I'd always start up here. You know what I mean? I wouldn't start down here trying to light a second light. You always start up here and pull it down there. The light emanates from these sparks. it doesn't move back up. Come up kind of close to the nose. It can be pretty transparent still. Remember how you swung it around down there?
Mm-hmm.
Same. Just a little wet there, so I'm going to paint over here. Oops. I don't know what that is. Well, let's not forget the forehead. How's that? And when you need to do something smaller, switch to the littler brushes. If I can find it. Here, here's one. A smaller brush. And do the... You can use a little stronger. Sometimes you need to use the small brush to do the detailed part. Now, this eyelid, you can do it this way if you have a little brush. And like a strong line in the front closest to the eye, and a weaker one in the back. And also, don't forget these. Same, a strong one on the top and a weak one, a weaker one on the bottom. It looks pretty bright right now, but the whole cheek is going to be pretty bright. So don't worry about that. Yeah, it's going to be pretty bright. Okay, I'm going to go back to my bigger brush. Where was it? Oh, right here. Okay, it should be dry over here. You don't go out here with a fully loaded brush on the edge. Make sure some of that paint's gone because you don't want it too bright on the edge of the face. And the same thing goes when you're, remember how uneven it looks for a while? Every now and then you'll pause and just say, oh, there's a hole, there's a hole, there's a hole. So you gotta fix your holes, and then you can go back over, do another layer. And you see more holes, then you go back, you stop and just do holes for 10 minutes, you know. Oh yeah, don't forget her ear. If you want to switch to smaller brushes, the ear is usually done with a bright spot right here, and then another one bigger sort of on the bottom, usually. And then you would do the whole ear after that dries. I might just paint the holes for a little while, make it a little bit stronger. If you do this for about 10 minutes, it'll look pretty even. You just have to have a little patience. There's some holes over here. Sometimes like that, you get too much paint on there. Think, oh, that's too much. Tap off the bottom with your finger, it softens and blends the colors. It is really bright down there, but it'll be bright in the The lips and the eyebrows show the most expression in an icon. And one way you can do this is, let me point with a brush. If this is bright right here, very bright, and maybe the brightness comes down and right to here, this part out here dims as it moves toward this corner, okay? And it doesn't even come down into the corner. It makes her upper lip a little soft. This can have a little brightness here, but it dims over here. This is pretty bright right here, and it dims as it goes out. It comes down. Also with the eyebrows, if you make them real straight, they can look a little stern or even angry. If you make them nice and arched, very peaceful look in the face. Okay, it's almost done with the second light.
That's yours?
This is Teresa's.
That's for Teresa.
It's for Teresa. It's nearly done. Where's Doris? Hey, Doris.
Yes?
Bring your icon over here. The Theotokos.
Which one?
The one that did the face.
This one?
Yeah.
Wow.
So you can see that first light. It's very faint, but it almost comes out to the very edge, you know? The second light, we're going to add just a little bit of white and even reduce the area. So you can see this part of the process goes a lot quicker. And I'll walk around and help you out, though. You can also get carried away on this, and you end up with a very yellow face, which is not a good idea. So don't go too opaque. Keep it transparent. You can go opaque where the sparks are, you know, where the origins of the light is. That can be quite opaque. But away from there, keep it transparent. You'll have a good success.
How about that V thing on top of the nose?
Huh?
How about that V on top of the nose?
Oh yeah, you can do that with a small brush, and usually it's done. Not a lot of time is spent on that. Just this side is brighter. This side is kind of disappears. That's pretty much all you need. I didn't do much on the nose, but yeah, the nose will be brighter. Most people spend time on the cheeks. That's because it's such a large area, and you want it to look even. It takes a while to get it even. But if you keep your keep your paints very transparent with medium and water. You'll do okay. So I still have a ways to go, but not too far. It's starting to get even looking. I'll have to let it dry. Even if your sand cure looks too dark, you can put some of this on to brighten it. You can. It's not. But you can overdo this, and then you'll end up with a really yellow face, and that's not good. So you have to let that tangerine color shine through.